It was supposed to be an ordinary afternoon in the park. The golden leaves swayed gently in the breeze, children's laughter echoed in the distance, and a woman sat on a bench, lost in thought. Beside her sat her young son, quiet, still, his small hands gripping a white cane. He couldn't see the world around him, but he listened to it with the kind of focus that made you stop and notice too. Then, out of nowhere, a little girl walked up to them, her dress wrinkled, her shoes muddy, and her eyes glowing with something almost magical. In her tiny hand, she held a small glass bottle. She looked at the boy, smiled, and said softly, "Add just 2 drops, and he'll see everything again." The mother froze. For a moment, time itself seemed to stop. Before we continue this heart-touching story, don't forget to subscribe to Kindness Lights, where every story reminds us that a single act of kindness can change a life. If you believe in the power of compassion, hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Now, let's get back to the story. Her name was Rebecca Lawson, a woman who had everything money could buy: cars, houses, and a successful career. But none of it mattered, because her 6-year-old son, Eli, had lost his sight in a rare illness the previous year. Since then, Rebecca's world had grown darker than she ever imagined. She tried every doctor, every treatment, every possible hope that science could offer. But nothing worked. Eli had accepted his blindness with a grace that broke her heart even more. He never complained. Instead, he would say, "It's okay, Mom. I can still hear your smile." On that bright autumn afternoon, Rebecca took Eli to the park to get some air, to feel a bit of normal life again. She sat on a bench, sipping her coffee, while Eli listened to the sound of leaves crunching under people's shoes. That's when the little girl appeared. She couldn't have been more than 8 years old. Her clothes looked worn, and her hands were dirty, as if she had been playing in the dirt or maybe living without much care. Yet, she had this calmness, this strange peace that drew people in. She stood in front of them and said, "Is he your son?" Rebecca nodded, unsure where this was going. The girl smiled and said, "He's special. He's got eyes like mine used to be." Rebecca blinked. "Like yours used to be?" she asked. The girl opened her hand. Inside was a tiny glass bottle filled with a shimmering, golden liquid. It seemed to catch the sunlight in a way that didn't feel real. "Just 2 drops, the girl said softly. "Add just 2 drops, and he'll see everything." Again Rebecca felt her heart twist. She didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Was this some kind of trick? Was she being filmed for a prank? But the girl wasn't joking. Her expression was calm, steady, full of quiet faith. Rebecca swallowed hard and said, "Sweetheart, thank you, but that's not how it works. My son, he's blind because of something doctors can't fix." The little girl only nodded. "Sometimes, doctors can't fix what kindness can," she said. Rebecca didn't know how to respond. Before she could say another word, the girl gently placed the bottle in Eli's hands. "It's a gift," she whispered. "Don't forget to share it someday." And with that, she walked away, disappearing among the trees. Rebecca called out to her, but she was gone. Eli, holding the bottle, said, "Mom." Her hands were warm. Like sunlight that night, Rebecca couldn't stop thinking about the little girl. She told herself it was nonsense, but something about the girl's voice kept echoing in her head. Just 2 drops, and he'll everything again. The next morning, Rebecca found the bottle on Eli's nightstand. Against all logic, she felt a strange pull in her chest. She whispered a prayer, not for a miracle, but for strength, and gently opened the bottle. She placed 1 drop in each of Eli's eyes. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then Eli gasped, "Mom. Mom, the light," he whispered. "I can see the light." Rebecca froze. Her hands trembled. She turned him toward the window, where the sun was streaming in. Eli blinked, tears filling his eyes. "I can see you, Mom," he said, voice shaking. "You're smiling." Rebecca couldn't speak. She pulled him into her arms, sobbing. All the pain, the fear, the sleepless nights, everything poured out in that single moment. It didn't matter how it happened, or why. All she knew was that her son could see again. Over the next few weeks, doctors ran tests and couldn't explain what had happened. They called it spontaneous recovery. But Rebecca knew there was more to it, something far beyond science. She tried to find the little girl again. She searched the park, asked around, even checked nearby shelters. But no one had seen her. It was as if she had vanished one day. Rebecca and Eli went back to the same bench. Eli looked around, smiling at the world he could finally see. "Mom," he said, "maybe she was an angel." Rebecca smiled through tears. "Maybe she was kindness itself," she said softly. From that day forward, Rebecca made it her mission to help children in need, those who had lost hope, sight, or simply love. She started a foundation in the little girl's name, the 2 Drops Project, dedicated to spreading acts of kindness around the world. Every time someone asked about the name, Rebecca would say, "Because sometimes, 2 drops of kindness can change everything in life. Miracles don't always come in bottles or from angels in disguise. Sometimes, they come from a kind word, a helping hand, or the courage to believe again." Rebecca and Eli's story reminds us that kindness doesn't have to be big or dramatic, it just has to be real. A small act, a gentle gesture, or a few drops of compassion can light up the darkest corners of someone's world. So today, be someone's 2 drops. Smile at a stranger, help a friend, or simply share kindness where you can. Because you never know, your small act might be the miracle someone's been waiting for. Thank you for watching this story on Kindness Lights. If this story touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that kindness still matters. Together, we can keep the light shining, one story, one heart, and one act of kindness at a time.